all the evidence is there, isn't it, that being active makes you feel good. I know it does for me.
Steps to Summit is something that we're using here in school. It's a great programme to get children up, get them moving. I really like the motivation for the children behind it. So the children have got an idea that they climb 7 mountains over 7 years, a virtual mountain. So they can start off on Carstan's Pyramid, down in reception, all the way up to Everest in year 6. And they have to walk a certain amount every day to be able to hit that distance. And the children really like that. They like that idea of a visual mountain that they can scale, that they can climb. They think that's really, really good.
We use the Steps to Summit as our daily mile, as it's often called, at lunchtime every day. So every child, every day, just 15 minutes during their lunch break. And then on any non-PE days, we make sure that they are using that on those days in the afternoons or in the morning for 15 minutes or other physical activity, but usually that's the go-to that people use because it's so easy, they can just pick it up and go outside with it. We also have used the lessons as well. We've only had one mountain afternoon so far, but we are hoping to have at least one every term, if not every half term next year.
Summiting skills really do complement the ethos for our school. We're in the second cycle of growth mindset at the moment, and that's been brilliant to introduce those skills to the children as another learning aid. Also, we have learn to learn skills because we're devising a new curriculum, and so we're putting them at the heart of it, but we're actually thinking about changing that now, so actually the Summiting skills sit at the heart of our curriculum, so it's been fantastic.
They've responded really well to those. You can see it's pulling out all of those things that we want them to be saying about never giving up and persevering and learning from the people who've climbed the mountains in your assemblies. They say, well, I could apply that to my maths maybe when I find something hard. Just because I failed, even if I failed again, I know I've not failed because I've tried and I still made progress there. So that's the kind of things that we talk about in those assemblies, and they do respond really well to those.
Yeah, we have the scanners, so the scanners obviously do the scanning. They really enjoy it, and we've only got 2 scanners at the moment. We are hoping to get a couple more, and they love the fact that they have some element of control, so the children know that they have to come up to them. We have our, we've got 7 classes here, and ours are loosely based in colour order from the rainbow, so it's easy for the children to remember. So each sheet is in a different colour rainbow, from reception through 6. And the children know that they go to a certain person with their colour. So if they're in reception, theirs is red, and they will come up to the person who's got the red certificate, scan it with the scanner, and then they go off again. And the scanners, they do enjoy that. They do like that kind of power, and they want to be there to motivate them. I'm trying to encourage them to be more motivating and to get them to do more laps. Some will want to do their 4, some will stop at 3. Some will want to power through and do 5 or 6. I had one boy the other week who managed to proudly do 8.
The scanners to record the children's progress are absolutely fabulous for many reasons. One reason, from a selfish point of view, is before we introduced the Steps to Summit project, I had to input data for our daily activity onto my laptop by hand, and it took me quite a long time to do, and it was quite the task. Now that we've got the scanners, it's much easier, it's much quicker, and not only that, I can pass that knowledge on to the children, and they are now beginning to do it themselves. So again, from a selfish point of view, it takes the pressure off of myself, but it gives the children some ownership of their learning, and it gives them ownership of their physical activity. and they really enjoy taking that responsibility on board.
I think it's a whole package, so the children can see what they're doing. Obviously we've got all the equipment, which I think is really good. I like the scanners though, I don't get much use of them. But I do like the scanners, and I think to say that obviously this money is not going to be here all the time, this is something that we've brought into now that we can actually keep going for years to come. So it's not just for these children that are here now.
Steps to Summit project's been really good, and I think it will really higher the aspirations for our children. I think it's great that they're learning about young and old people from different cultures, people who are famous and not famous, but have all had some sort of challenges to face. And hopefully then they'll use that in their own toolbox and be able to apply to everyday different situations which they may face.
You've got to think about those children, that this for them is what they shine at. Do you know what I mean? This is what they shine at. They might not shine at maths and English and science and all the other things and learning about Henry VIII, but this is what they might shine at. This is what makes their day exciting for them. The fact that they are thinking, right, we're going to do our steps, we're going to move up on the board, you know, we are doing a bit of PE, and sometimes I think it's just sort of seen as, well, it's, you know, that's all right, they're doing what they're meant to be doing. So I think investing money in this, pushing it the extra mile, I think it's really good, especially for some children that don't do a lot of walking, that aren't outside, that as soon as they get home from school, they're in front of a box, they're sat down, they're on an Xbox, they're on the PlayStation, and that's it. The weekend they do the same thing. So we've really got to push it in schools, really have.
It's having a good impact here at school. We wanted the children to get out every day. We wanted to get them active, get them walking. Our children here are very active, they are very sporty. We have a pockets at dinner time where they go and play and they enjoy themselves. We thought, actually, how can we up that activity a little bit more and just get them walking? So we've got a route around our school grounds. It's about 200-250 metres, and we challenge them to try and do 4 laps a day. They can walk it, they can run it, they can jog it, they can do it in partners, they can do it with teachers. I'm hoping next year to get them to do it with adults and maybe even members of the community, and that's where we're going with it. It's really good.
The teachers initially thought, oh, you know, this is quite a big project, how is this going to impact on our teaching and learning time? But we've discussed that we always had those 10-15 minutes when we come back in after lunchtime, or at the end of a session when you feel the children have had enough now, to do a brain break. So they've been utilising the long trek around school as part of the brain breaks. We do see classes going in the morning prior to playtime because the children are ready for that little bit of fresh air, a bit of activity, and then sometimes they might do it mid-lesson as well when they've had a lot of, you know, input and the children have been working hard. They have a break and then come back and start their independent learning.
So yeah, really good, and a lot of teachers are going out really regularly to take them out there, and it gives them that break, especially if they've got a couple of children who perhaps need that time out, need that break. Can be used as a reward as well. It's often, right, if we get this far, we can go and we can have 10-15 minutes outside and then we'll come back in. So it keeps them on board, keeps them on side.
But I think it's a really good investment. I think there's lots of things like that that aren't necessarily you've got to be good at it. You know what I mean? So everybody can do it. No one feels like, oh gosh, I can't do that, I can't do this. Everybody can do it and everybody can be supporting each other. So I'm definitely for it.
Steps to Summit is the key to giving them that 30 minutes daily exercise, because we know that 15 minutes is at lunch, and then on a non-PE day they're getting that extra 15 minutes to make up to half an hour a day in the afternoon or in the morning. So I think there's always time to get them up and active.